If you've been watching the channel for a while, you've probably picked up on the fact that I like knives, almost all knives, but I especially like traditionally styled knives. And in today's Sharp Saturday video, we're going to take a look at a very traditionally styled folding knife from the folks at Helle Knives in Norway. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for today's Sharp Saturday video, where it's Saturday, we take a look at something sharp. And like I said, today that something sharp is this Helle Knives Bleja from Norway. And my Irish friend Joe Price, who actually works for Helle Knives now, was kind enough to gift me this at Blade Show this year. So I thought it'd be great to show it to you. I've always liked Helle Knives. I like this traditional style Scandinavian knife. They're just a really trusted and tried and true design. They've been using this style knife, at least in fixed blades over there, since long before any of us have been around. Probably even many nations have been around, including ours. So anyway, we're going to take a close look at this in just a minute. But first, as usual, today's words of wisdom from the Bible. And I started using the old AI to kind of help me create these show notes because it saves me a lot of time on research. And it's funny, I ask it to select a Bible verse for every video, and it's always interesting to see what it comes up with. But this one is from Psalm 121, verse 1 in the NIV. I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? I think it picked out because this knife is named after the mountains overlooking the Helle factory, the Bleja Mountains. Anyway, that's today's Bible verse. And of course, a big thank you to my friends at Hog Holsters for being the longest running channel sponsor here at Survival on Purpose. They've also started a Hawk line helping Americans wear knives of Hawk sheaths. So I'll be sure and check them out at their link. I think you might find some cool stuff there. Every single hog holster is 100% handcrafted to fit your specific pistol model. No one size fits all. They're the most comfortable concealable holster I've ever used. I'm wearing one now. I wear one every day. Since I found hog holsters, I quit looking. And hog holsters are made in the USA by a Marine Corps veteran in Arizona. So check them out. I think you'll be glad you did. And if you there's a place to put a code in and you put Survival on Purpose, all one word, you'll probably be glad you did that too. So thanks to Hog Holsters for sponsoring today's video. Now, we got this knife. We're gonna get down to the old stump top, get to doing some of that knife stuff. You want to? Okay, so here's the Helle Bleja. I hope I'm pronouncing all that right. Let's talk about the specs of this thing before we get to doing some of that knife stuff. So you can see this is a drop point folder with a 3.35 inch blade. For those of you still stuck in the old metric system, like they probably are over there in Norway, that's 85 millimeters. The blade thickness on this thing is 0.106 or 2.7 millimeters. It is a Scandi grind. That's kind of where it came from, right over there in Scandinavia. And it features a triple laminated Helle stainless steel. This is their signature steel, really good steel. Beautiful curly birch handles. The handle length is 4.61 inches or 117 millimeters. Altogether, I'm gonna say this thing's somewhere in the neighborhood of about 7.5 inches. I don't have the overall length. It weighs 6.56 ounces or 186 grams, including the sheath. This one comes with a genuine leather sheath. And it is made in Norway, and the MSRP on this is $244, so you'll find it a little less than that online. Has a sleeve lanyard hole, a little bit of a finger guard here, very, very strong, thick liners, a little thumb nick here, and just, man, I wear medium gloves, and you can see how it fits in my hand, and it's a really good feeling knife, really strong. The lockup on this thing is super strong. There's no wobble here, no at all movement in the hinge, and front to back, side to side, and it's a very, very, very positive backlock knife. Can you look at that fit and finish on that lock? It is completely, perfectly fitted there. Perfectly, just everything about this thing screams quality and beauty and tradition. So now, that's the specs. It's a beautiful knife, no doubt about it, traditional. Let's check the old science on this thing and do the, since this is an international knife, I think we should do the internationally standard sharpness test, the redneck sharp test. So why don't we do that now? Let's get the testing medium out here and see what it does. Let's put it right there and oh, did you look at all that higher there? Okay, let's try the other side just to be consistent. Oh my goodness. Yep. All that more higher there. So There we go. She passed that one. Since we're not going to balance test it because it is a folder and I don't do that, let's go ahead and screw up the white balance on our camera here and do a little paper cutting, because let's just see what we got here. Oh my gosh, just look at that. I got a little dampness there. One more, we'll do one more slicey dicey here. Alrighty, so this is, again, a very traditional style knife and very useful for traditional stuff. So what I thought we'd do is go ahead and, I got a piece of wood here. It's been raining past few days, so I wouldn't throw this, I wouldn't bang on it, but if you got a piece of wood like this and you want to make it a little bit smaller, maybe to create some tinder or some kindling, then you can kind of fold this thing up a little bit. We'll just fold it up. And I usually like to hold the blade right here just so you don't put any excess stress on the hinge, and you can just tap this thing through there. I don't say bang it through, just tap it through. We're tapping it into the apparently into the, and I'm just kind of pulling it down with my hand here so we keep the tension off the hinge. There we go. Now we got it. Okay. So, ooh, almost stuck my. Did I stick my finger? Oh man, I might have blood. No, no blood. Okay. So now, lock it open. Still no nothing. No anything. No nothing, as we say. Okay, in Georgia, anyway. Let's see if we can carve us some of them there curls. Actually, let's get it one more time. One more time. I think that'd be beneficial to get a true, good, dry inside corner. Let me open the lock. Put it there, and let's see. It shouldn't be as hard because it's very small. There we go. All right. Okay. Now we got a good inside dry corner here. Let's lock it and curl it. Let's see what we can do with this thing. You want to? I'm gonna take my time and try to do it really, really good, because, again, I've been using so many different grinds lately that really kind of get used to the one you're using, and then you use a different one, and you got to adjust your technique just a little bit, usually. Especially when you get one that's this sharp. The mosquitoes are out. The old thermocell, which you can't see right now, is not up to task, I don't think, for the mosquitoes we got around here. We have industrial strength mosquitoes here. I don't like that, but it's just a fact. I got to get some little curls going on here. So let me just get focus what I'm doing. I got some out there fat wood here. Let's see how well it scrapes on the old fat wood. You want to? Let's just scrape. We'll start right here. I usually like to close it and use the back so I don't have any danger of it closing on my hand. And let's just see. I think this is going to scrape good. Oh yeah, I thought so. Oh my gosh. I can smell it from here. Can you smell it from there? Look at this. Oh man, smell that. Oh wow. Again, I know you can't really smell it. I'm not stupid. Or at least I'm not that stupid. So let's see. Some people would argue with that, I'm sure. Especially those people that just saw me beating this knife through a piece of wood. But had another one of those comments last week that basically anybody that knows how to use a knife knows that is the stupidest thing you could possibly do. But I digress. Alrighty, got my second favorite ferrule right here. And, oh no, I'm making a mess with it. Let's just see what we can do. How well this thing will scrape a ferrule cerium rod. You want to? Well, not as good as it scraped the fat wood, apparently. Let's see. You know what? Maybe I need to be on the other end. That's where I need to be, right here. Oh yeah. All right, now it's going to light. Just be patient with me. I'm going to endeavor to persevere here. See, you got to be. Oh man, I felt a raindrop. That's not good. I about put it out too with my stupidity. Let's see what we can do. Put these on here. The goal is to prove that we could get a sustainable fire with this thing started. And to do that, you got to have some tinder. So put that on there so we can get it all going. I think if we continue to feed that, it's going to continue to go. I think we're going to call that sustainable at this point. Oh, one more sustaining little ember there. There we go. So we got fire. All right, well, that was the somewhat scientific testing process anyway of the Helle Bleja folding knife from Norway. This kind of traditional Scandinavian design, a knife turned into a folder. Super, super cool knife. And thanks again to Joe Price from Helle Knives for hooking me up with this at Blade Show. And just to kind of recap, it's a Scandi grind, razor sharp, out of the box. Did an excellent job on that. It has the fit and finish is really good on this thing. It carves fine. It even surprisingly scrapes fine. A lot of knives nowadays don't. Once I got the right portion of the blade to scrape on, scrape fat wood like nobody's business. And anyway, we're able to get a fire with this thing, which is kind of like my kind of basic standard testing for all knives. Fire is potentially one of the most important things that you can have in any kind of a survival situation. So I think that's a good kind of acid test for a knife. So anyway, I'll quit rambling. If you're looking for a really cool traditional style knife and you like really nice knives, this could be a good choice for you. Thanks again to Joe Price and the folks at Helle for hooking me up with this. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.